For the land of the free.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Rondo in at the point. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now here's Porzingis. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Kleber with the bucket.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proven to be a reliable passer.
George against Richardson. Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic leading the charge. Pass to Kleber. Doncic feeling it out. And Doncic throws it down.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Outside, George. Shot to stop the run, and that one good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Richardson. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Richardson against George. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Here's Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
George against Richardson. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Here's Porzingis. The Clippers getting the bucket. Clock at 4. Here's Doncic. And he overshot that one, missing. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Leonard. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Doncic. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Outside Hardaway. Now here's Brunson. Defense right on him. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Jackson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Redick comes in for Doncic. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Kennard's checked in. Redick with it. Inside. Powell kicks to Redick. Passes it to Hardaway. Now Powell lets it go with the three. Morris with the rebound. 17 seconds left in the first. Here's Patterson. Cauley-Stein with the defensive effort.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
It's good.
You know, he's not just a shooter, guys. Hardaway Jr. is also capable of getting creative and mixing things up, too. I like it.
Here's Jackson. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 5. And back with the start of... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Mavericks.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Luke Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in at the 2 guard.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Here's Redick. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Powell finds Brunson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Redick for 3. Now the pass to Brunson. Outside, Redick. And the basket is good.
Great setup right there. Calling for the pick and roll. Redick getting the separation he wanted to keep it and convert.
Jackson looking it over. Out to Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got his first points in this one.
Boy, he could have taken himself, but he went from good, better to best in getting the shot for his teammate.
Outside, Redick. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing here by 8. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The shot from the low post is good. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Brunson with it, guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Now the feed to Cauley Stein. Good work defensively by Morris.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Man can't hit. Dallas leading by 4. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
George against Richardson. Outside, George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, one of the things Paul George, PG, has done is improve his ball handling, and as a result, defenders are nervous when he's handling the ball and getting up into a shot.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And here's Doncic. 8 points for him. Porzingis passes to Doncic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside, George. Mavericks with the rebound. .58 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Doncic. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Clippers trail by 6. George looking over the floor. No one near him. And again, no good by the Clippers. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Out to Porzingis for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%. And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And he banks in the layup. Porzingis has got his second bucket.
You know, Porzingis is a guy who's used to having to fight his way through the defense, and good balance allowed him to do that there.
Outside, George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Clippers have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. First one falls for him.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
The 3 for Doncic. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive. From the get-go, it was Dallas who came out strong. Some major league offense and... Thanks for joining us, folks.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. George uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 10.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Doncic with the bucket.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. Porzingis has got the ball. And Doncic gets it to go.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Doncic passes to Richardson. George against Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Shoots over Doncic. George, no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free. Doncic with the bucket. 18 points for him.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Porzingis with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Takes the 13-footer. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And now a 10-point Maverick lead. And Batum kicks to Zubac. Passes it to George. Mavericks with the rebound. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Richardson finds Kleba. From deep. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about.
Nicole O'Malley comes in for Maxi Kleba. Trey Burks checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Hardaway dishes to Cauley Stein.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Here's Jackson. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Brunson against Jackson. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Jackson. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Here's Jackson, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson. And it's Rondo in at the one spot. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
Boy, we've talked about, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Back to Brunson. Launches it. Here's Burke over George. And the rejection by Zubac. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Redick's checked in for Burke. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Los Angeles. Dallas shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Outside, Redick over George. Outside, Redick. He dishes it to Hardaway. Just 4 to shoot. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from George. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Nicolo Melli. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Doncic. Six on the shot clock. And Zubac with the block. Here's George. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 14 points here in the second half.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by George. Basket good.
As I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Luka Doncic.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dallas.
And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. The drive by Doncic. And it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there. Reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot block.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
And Doncic throws it down.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
Shot from 16. Here's Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation. Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
And Doncic, here we go. Here's Porzingis. The shot misses. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's George. Got it!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Up top, Doncic. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Richardson kicks to Doncic. Count it!
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The score knotted at 54. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Shot from the inbound. Oh, off target. Dallas calls timeout. The score is tied at 54. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. So the Clippers win the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Good work there as it goes. Finney Smith's got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Doncic outside. And another basket for Dallas.
Taking exactly what the defense gives him. Doncic exploiting whatever he sees out there. Does a nice job seeing the game.
Left side, George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Back to Doncic. Pocket 6. Excellent D there from George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Doncic outside. And contact on the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
Outside, Batum. Outside, George. Got it.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
George against Doncic. Dishes it to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. The pass to Marjanovic. Stolen by Zubac. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. George against Hardaway. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And the technical free throw is good.
Yeah, and he says thank you very much as he cashes in on the technical. Only a point, but now that lead just increased.
And here's George for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. George has got 38 points.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Hardaway from outside. They get the rebound. Doncic outside. Knocks down the trifecta. So the Clippers with the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Denver, Jokic is out there with Bol. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then there's Gordon. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. Leonard against Murray.
And some good anticipation there. Murray quickly out, leaking in transition and filling the lane.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles.
And if you're drawing up your starting five for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless. Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Denver passing it around to the wing right side. Back to Murray from deep. It's hauled in by George. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Murray surveying the D. Outside Gordon. Back to Murray. Lob pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And teammates more and more looking for plays from Murray like that.
George against Gordon. It's deflected. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Batum with the steal. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely, and it goes down 2 points.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Rondo against Murray.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And it's Leonard missing. Nuggets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Shoots over Batum. Jokic with the bucket.
Now, so polished in his all-around game, I'm not surprised to see Jokic roaring down there on the fast break.
George double teamed. Lets it fly. And a little luck that time, but it drops. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Outside, George. Gordon with the defensive effort.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Rondo passes to George. Over Gordon. Zubac kicks to George. Down low. Zubac, that's good.
Now, you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find him.
Nuggets have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. To the inside, Millsap. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Clippers trail by 4. Left side, Jackson. Yep, that one goes in there. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Murray outside. And he comes up with the deuce.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
And here is Murray. 8 points for him. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Denver Nuggets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a
selfless. I mean, you need to
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Green, Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Dozier in at the 3 spot. It's Jackson with the drive. Excellent D that time there from McGee. The Nuggets leading by 4. The deep 3 from Green. But they get it back. Millsap kicks to Green. Back to Millsap. Shot clock at 5. Tries yet again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Nice up fake from Millsap. He's just good at that move there.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Outside Jackson. Sweet move. The shot will not fall. Now Denver takes it the other way. Here's Dozier. The Nuggets with another miss.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that. Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Passes it to Millsap. It's stolen by Morris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And here are the Nuggets now. 6-point game.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Rondo with the steal. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
The Nuggets leading by 4. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
George, whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Now, the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Murray, the pass to Gordon. Back to Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Pass to Jokic. Batum with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Murray, the pass to Gordon. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. And there's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. And McGee kicks to Dozier. Campazzo, offensive rebound. Millsap dishes to Green. Another shot. And another shot. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Leonard's got the ball. Rondo's shot is off.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
McGee finds Millsap. They kick it out to Green. Back to Millsap. There's the pass to Dozier. The three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Clippers ahead, leading by a point.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
And it's Murray penetrating. Good on the bucket.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 1. Pass to Zubac. Inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Again, the miss by Murray.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Murray, the pass to Gordon. And it's Jokic in the corner. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Jokic has got 8.
I swear Jokic is out there playing with the watch on because of the timing aspect of his game.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
He feeds it to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there, one of his better qualities as a passing big.
Leonard against Porter. George looking over the floor. Back to Leonard. Shoots the 3. Denver grabs the miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Gordon kicks to Bull. Passes to Porter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Kicks it out to Gordon. For the lead. And Michael Porter good for 3. Porter's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside, George. Here's Zubats. Lays it up and banks it in. Zubats has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the 3rd now. Here's McGee, and he drops in the layup off the glass. McGee's got his first bucket of the night.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Oturu. Unable to get that one. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Here's Denver now. They're on an 11-2 run. Right wing. Here's Dozier. There's the 3. That one, no good. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Kennard. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. Both free throws good from McGee. We've got 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Outside Jackson. It's good. Jackson's got 6.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Denver on top as they end the 3rd quarter with a 13-4 run. And we're just... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship? right here. I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Gordon, Paul Millsap out there with Green. Then there's Murray. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And it's Gordon penetrating.
Oh, man. Caution.
That is just nasty.
The athleticism on that finish. You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Here's Jackson. Count that bucket.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Now here's Murray. He's covered closely, and that one good.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
On the wing, Jackson. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
Back to Green. Shot clock at 6. 9 feet out. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. On the wing, Batum. Back to Rondo. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Nuggets leading by 6. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Jokic high post. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Now Murray. And there's the pass to Jokic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Zubac. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Clippers trail by 6. It's George on the wing. Over Gordon. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Porter with the steal. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Gordon with it. Pass to Murray. Now here's Gordon. 4 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
A constant threat around the rim. Gordon is an agile big who just throws it down with ease.
George. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. To the middle. Dishes at the bowl. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Murray, the pass to Gordon. Denver with a new 14. Jokic kicks to Gordon. For 3, Murray. Knocked away. And the Nuggets can't hang on to the ball. Clippers trail by 8. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And here's George for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. The Nuggets leading by 8. And here is Murray. 1:16 left to play here in the fourth. And the rejection by Zubats. Porter passes to Murray. Leonard against Porter. Outside Gordon. He dishes it to Murray. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
It's really a tale of two quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Murray against Rondo. Murray kicks to Jokic. Passes it to Bull. Makes it off the glass. Bull's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And it's the Nuggets ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Nobody near Jordan. Misses the shot. So we see Denver get the win here. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. Hamlet.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position. And for Portland, the high-powered back. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go hard.
A perennial all-defensive pick. George's quick hands create a lot of transition opportunities.
Lillard attacking, and the rejection by Zubac. And Batum kicks to Leonard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Lillard surveying the D. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fellow.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Covington kicks to Lillard. Clock at 6. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. And it's George missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And they can breathe a little easier on their fourth shot. They finally hit the target.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Here is Lillard. McCollum trying to get open. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Lillard again missing.
And this quarter he has clearly been off the mark.
And George with the stuff.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Lillard the pass to Nurkic. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Kicks it out to Lillard from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
The remarkable range of Lillard. I mean, you see these shots he makes from distance with ease, effortless release.
Here's George. Second shot opportunity. Passes it to Zubac. Feeds it to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Right side Jackson. And the shot goes in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They trail by 9 points. McCollum dishes to Cantor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
Off the inbound, no good. To the paint, here's Oturu. And it's Portland with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. And a wide open look for McCollum. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Jackson misses. Trailblazers trail by 7. It's McCollum on the wing. Second chance shot. Back to Powell for the 3. Offensive rebound.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Jackson looking it over. 3 seconds left. Excellent D from Cantor. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot.
And it's not easy trying to defend McCollum in the pick and roll. He does a nice job threading the needle in these sets.
Outside Jackson. Inside. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Lays it up off the glass.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, gets inside, finds himself a shot.
McCollum deciding where to go with it, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Clippers leading by 7. Outside Jackson. From 7. Again, the Clippers.
And Jackson is very good at catching the D off guard, especially inside where he needs to be fast and getting that shot off.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. That's a 2 from Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Here's Leonard, and he lays it straight in. Leonard's got 8.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Lillard the pass to Cantor, and he uses the glass on the layup. 8 points for him.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Zubac kicks to George. Shooting foul, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Lillard outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Now Lillard, 5 points in the game. 5 on the clock. Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Rondo's running. Count it. Good. Rondo's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, out in the open court, Rondo's versatile. I mean, he can make plays for others or finish for himself.
George against Lillard. Down low, here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And George gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard outside. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Nurkic dishes to Carmelo. Clock at 6. McCollum outside. Portland no good that time either.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
McCollum outside. Pass to Nurkic. That shot off, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. Right side, Leonard. Sinks that one from the post. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
27 seconds left in the first half of basketball. McCollum against Kennard. Nurkic can't hit.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Here's Jackson. Portland grabs the miss. It's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. The pass to Coffey. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers out in front by... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 12 points, 2... And that...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. Lillard with the rebound. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. 19-point game. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is phenomenal in penetrating to the bucket. With his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Outside, George. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. The layup missed. The Trailblazers shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Nurkic in the post. Leonard's there. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
And the touch Nurkic has inside. I mean, I love seeing him be aggressive and look to get his shot from there.
Leonard looking around. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. No good that time. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Cantor finds Lillard. His three-pointer's off the mark.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
And George gets it to go.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
George against Lillard. From deep three-point range, the Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Clippers leading by 17. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Jackson. Leonard's got 14 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And Lillard kicks to Cantor. Stolen by Zubac. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. Here's Leonard. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that's an intentional foul. Pass to Simons. It's McCollum on the wing. Shoots from the elbow. Buries the jump shot. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. The shot missing. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
McCollum against Kennard. And Cantor throws it down.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Jackson down low. He is guarded by McCollum.
That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that rebound.
Covington passes to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Stolen by McCollum. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fires from deep. Connects from three-point range. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
This is who McCollum is. Someone who's ready to fire as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Now here's Jackson. 8 points for him. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
For Los Angeles, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Well, for Jackson, it's about being consistent. I mean, when he concentrates on playing to his strengths, he's an effective player.
Lillard outside. Gets it off. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Los Angeles riding a 15-point lead. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Luke Kennard. He's out there with Jackson. And it's Oturu in at the center. Lillard fires away from way outside. The long distance three is buried.
That gives them 2 3-pointers for the game, one in each half. I mean, they add to that total pretty soon.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubats. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 14.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
George against Lillard. This is to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. It's stolen by Rondo. A steal. And now Portland on the break. A finish. And finished off by Nurkic.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Los Angeles leading by 12. George up top. Covered by Lillard to the middle. Here's Zubats. No good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. From the arc. Jones. The second chance points on the tip in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And George, here we go. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end, effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
And the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard with it. George picks him up. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lets the three fly. Knocks down the three ball. Lillard's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Trailblazers. And now they decide to foul intentionally. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. And the Clippers call time here.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Paul George is checked in for Los Angeles. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Pass to Zubats. They can't stop the run with that one. And here they come. Kicks it out to McCollum. Jones looking for an opening. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. They get it again. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here's George. Oh, that was something else.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And the pass to McCollum. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, they're getting stopped, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Fernie Simons. And they get it back. No good from Zubats. Trailblazers trail by 7. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway. So a 3-point. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the final quarter. George against McCollum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
But those are big. I mean, it turns into a two-possession game.
McCollum outside. It's Covington on the wing. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. Lillard outside.
Nice work on the glass, but his defense was even better. Really has an impact on that shot.
George, no good. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Over Rondo. It's in.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along D.A.J.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, they've got Rajon Rondo. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Now here's Porzingis. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Here's Richardson. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Very good at working off the pick and roll. Josh getting all the separation he needs.
Now Rondo off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. That one falls.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Rondo scanning the floor. Kicks it to George. Porzingis with the block, and he gets it back. A nice shot by George. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Pass to Porzingis. Doncic outside. 5 to shoot. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
George against Doncic. Now here is George, guarded closely.
Proving how dangerous he is. Give George these looks, and he'll knock him down.
Doncic right side. Porzingis passes to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here we felt it. Now here's Rondo. Outside, George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
It's his first trip to the line.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
Redick is known for being a bomber, a fearless shooter who has the green light to pull up from anywhere.
Now the pass to George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Porzingis. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Cauley Stein kicks to Redick. From the stripe, and the shot goes in. Redick's got 5 now.
Redick is just a thorough scorer. He looks calm and collected, rising up from any place on the court.
Here's Jackson. Powell pulls it in.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Brunson against George. Yep, it counts.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's George. He's got 8. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Redick. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Jackson. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Hardaway for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They just been the better team so far.
Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now, here's Doncic. Following the miss by Marcus Morris. Doncic passes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Shoots from the corner. The Mavericks rebound. Out to Hardaway. Takes a 3. Morris with the rebound. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Mavericks shooting at 46%, making some buckets.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go around.
Now here is Hardaway. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Doncic missing.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. The drive by Doncic. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Now here's Leonard. Tips it up. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got his first 2 points. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Shot clock at 6. Richardson against Rondo. No good from Finney-Smith. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Richardson.
Love Rondo down there on the block. Nice move to catch the D off guard.
Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's Reddit. Paul George making his last shot. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Batum. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Batum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Kleber against Batum. Here's Porzingis. And nothing is falling for him right now. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. He gets that one. And now a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now, here's Kleber. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the wide open shot from Redick. Dallas again missing.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put.
Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Porzingis high post, working on Zubats. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. Batum with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. Left side, George. Buries it down low. George has got 14 points for the game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Brunson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Mavericks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
He hits both from the stripe.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And George, here we go. Basket counts.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
I totally agree. They just can't be stopped. They're just firing on all cylinders.
And the first half is now in the books. The Clippers on top. They lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Paul George, taking care of business in this one. He had 16 points and 1 rebound. And
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Leonard. Nice D from Porzingis. Mavericks trail by 13. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that.
Oh my goodness!
Did you see
what a play!
Unbelievable. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Right side Porzingis. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Batum. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. Here's the floater. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And here's George. 16 points for him. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Mavericks trail by 13. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. 2 points. That one goes. Doncic has got 6.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. George looking over the floor. And it's Paul George with the finish.
So far, George's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
Doncic outside. Richardson outside. Over Rondo. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Passes it to Brunson. To the inside. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Outside Jackson. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. 1:39 left in the third. Brunson against Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Burke looking over the floor. Cauley Stein finds Brunson. Back to Cauley Stein. Just 5 to shoot. Lays it up and banks it in. Cauley Stein's got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
It's Jackson with the drive. Pass to Oturu, and he dunks it down.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Burke, the pass to Brunson. Inside. Jacks up a 3. And no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Outside Hardaway. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Coffey. It's good.
There were a lot of ways he could have finished that one, but he decided to keep it classy with the finger roll.
Back to Burke. Lets the 3 fly. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the 2-guard position. And the Clippers call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
And it's George missing. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 13-point game. Dallas moving the ball around. Redick with the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
And George able to finish. George has got 22.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
It's Richardson on the wing. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, disciplined, and that's a beautiful pass.
It's George on the wing. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Powell finds Richardson. Doncic against George. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the foul on Josh Richardson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for J.J. Redick. But they recover it. Zubac the pass to George. Shoots over Doncic. They get it back.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Mavericks trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Richardson outside. Down low. Stolen by Zubac. Oh, Rondo in position. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Kleber tips it back in.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his 1st foul of the game. .157 left in the 4th. Outside, George.
And it's just encouraging to see Luka step up on defense. Must continue to bring that type of intensity.
George against Porzingis. There's the dish to Doncic. This one for 3. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got his 4th rebound in this one. Over to the wing. Rondo kicks to Batum. A 3 from Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Trey Burks checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Marjanovic down low. Pass to Melli. Here's Finney-Smith. Marjanovic passes to Melli. Now here's Burke. Out to the right wing. The pass to Finney-Smith. From the arc. That shot misses. Passes it to Melli. Here's Finney-Smith. Pass to Burke. For the 3. The shot, no good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus and showing their fashion sense. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Leonard, no luck.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
And that one is good.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Left side, George. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Batum wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George against Murray. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. George dishes to Batum. There's the pass to Zubac. Over Bull. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Bull. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The free throw drops for Zubac. And so he hits both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Murray outside. Leonard with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Rondo can't get it to go.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And it's Murray penetrating. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
From deep, George. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Murray against George.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
3-pointer. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. George has got 6. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to?
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. And Jokic wide open. He shoots, drains the three-pointer. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
You love the anticipation there. Made sure to box out, knew where the ball was going, and doesn't let anyone impede him from pulling in the glass.
And it's blocked. One-on-one fast break. George passes to Batum. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a switcher also for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for Bull.
And the play succeeds because Millsap comes to the court hungry. He chases down boards and second chance opportunities.
Jackson with it over Murray. Now Kennard down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. .27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And a miss there off the inbound. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Najee. That one drops for him.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break.
Gordon against Jackson from about 16. It's good on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
3 from the inbound, and no good on the last second attempt this time. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in it. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team.
The mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
We've got Reggie Jackson. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. 5 to shoot. Lob pass to Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Well, easy to see why Aaron Gordon has been in multiple dunk contests. The arsenal, the creativity, limitless.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him. Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Jokic comes in for Green, and it's Michael Porter in for Paul Millsap. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. It's stolen by Morris. Goes up, and then jammed down as he goes right over Jokic.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
Campazzo, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Jackson. Morris outside. Jackson down low. Patterson. That shot, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Murray surveying the D. Jokic finds Murray. Over George. Bull the pass to Jokic, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Will Barton, he's checked in for Porter. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. George up top. Barton defending. George against Barton. 5 on the clock. Got a hand on it.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Jokic with it. He's picked up by Rondo. The shot. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Paul Millsap. Jokic has got the lead up to 2 now for Denver. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Millsap against Leonard. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Jokic. 7 points in the game. And here's Barton. Outside Millsap. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Murray against George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Jokic kicks to McGee. Barton surveying the floor. Millsap finds Murray. Just 3 to shoot. Jokic with the bucket.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The shot by George, wide open. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. For 3, Millsap. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Yeah.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. 5 points was their biggest deficit. And that should do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Paul Millsap, Gordon out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Dozier in at the 2-guard spot. Knocked loose. Gordon, the pass to Dozier. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Gordon, the pass to Najee. Back to Gordon. Over Rondo. But they'll get another chance. To the middle, a second chance effort. Pass to Millsap. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. 4 on the shot clock. Dozier kicks to McGee. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. George passes to Leonard. Not going to go that time. Denver in the lead. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi. Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Jackson looking it over. Morris kicks to Jackson.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
The Nuggets leading by 5. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. That's tipped. Second chance shot. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Nuggets shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking to the paint. Here's Bol. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Outside Jackson passes it to Kennard. Back to Jackson. The feed to Patterson. 6 to shoot. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Patterson's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Pass to Najee. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And the dunk by Bol.
That's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Jackson dishes to Patterson. No dice from 9 feet out.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Green. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside Jackson. Green with the block.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The Nuggets making a switch here. Murray's checked in. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. Campazzo, a chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 9. Morris passes to Oturu. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one is on Bol. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Jokic comes in for Bol. And Gordon subbed in for Porter. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Murray, the pass to Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Good on both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Murray against Jackson. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Over Murray. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's the Denver Nuggets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Gordon, the pass to Murray. Shot clock at 5. Back to Gordon. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Millsap. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Second shot opportunity, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Green, he's checked in for Porter. Now here's Murray. The pass to Jokic. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by George.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Leonard. On the wing, George. Fires from the line. Here's Zubac. And he banks in the layup. Zubac has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Clippers.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Here's Jokic, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
George against Green, and George kicks to Batum. The offensive rebound. George double teamed, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. George against Murray. For 3, Gordon. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it. Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Outside for Murray. Pass to Jokic. Outside Gordon. It's good from long range. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
Wow, burying that jumper on a more consistent basis. Aaron Gordon superb at realizing when to pull the trigger.
George looking over the floor. Fires for 3. Denver grabs the miss. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jokic. Denver gets it back. Gordon, the pass to Green. From downtown. Outside for Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. McGee, the pass to Jokic. Over George. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
The Nuggets leading by 12. Gordon, the pass to Murray. Back to Gordon. Shoots the three. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Reggie Jackson's checked in for George. And then for Denver. Bol comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Michael Porter in for Green.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Denver.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jokic.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And here's Leonard from three. No good on the shot. And Denver the other way now. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Gordon lets it go from deep. Batum grabs the miss. Passes to Zubac. Outside for Batum. Back to Zubac. Off on that one. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker.
Well, Kevin.
David Aldridge, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, they've got Batum. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Leonard in at the 3.
Now you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find him.
Lillard looking around.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Sure. Good work defensively by Lillard.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Here's George, following the score by Damian Lillard.
That's straight.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
George with the ball. Now Covington defending. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Nurkic to the left wing. Lillard with no one around. Misses the 3. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go all the way. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
Pass to Covington. Lillard against George. Covington kicks to Powell. Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And that one drops.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
George against Lillard. A 3-ball. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 7 points.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
The shot by George, no good.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Back to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And here's McCollum for 3. And another 3 for Portland. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. I mean, you look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
George against Powell. And it's George missing. Trailblazers leading by 3. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, he knows how to get the shot off at any time on that pick and roll. Natural instincts taking over, and the experience helping McCollum as well.
Now here's Leonard. Zubats controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lillard outside. Leonard with the steal. Here's Rondo. And that one goes long.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Nurkic, that falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Nurkic has got his second basket of the game.
Well, Nurkic is so big, does a great job, and fends off the defense on his way to the score.
Poked loose. Leonard dishes to Batum. Back to Leonard. There's the triple. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
George against Lillard. And finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic around there, big and right on top of the cylinder.
Here's Leonard. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
The first quarter all wrapped up. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together, staying with it, staying positive, and just being.
And And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
So it's the Clippers now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Patterson.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 10. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
To the middle. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Jackson against Lillard. It's deflected, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers, and Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And that sends Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. That's on Enes Kanter. The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Now here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. Chalk up 2 there.
Oh, McCollum has shown the ability to get inside and also finish. It's just how shifty he is.
Jackson passes to Patterson. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And the layup's good off the glass.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's Simons. Kanter finds McCollum. Back to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
George looking around. Kept alive. Zubac. Taken away. Got a piece of it. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Rondo with the ball. And yes, it's good. Zubac has got 6.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now here's McCollum. 7 points in the game. And there's the pass to Kanter. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Kanter. He's got 9.
Well, the coach has confidence in CJ taking that shot, and so CJ has confidence in making it.
George, no good. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 5-point game. Portland moving the ball around. Batum against Jones. Banked in off the glass. Cantor's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and George finishes inside.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
And now we've got the intentional foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. 32 seconds left here in the second. Nurkic, the pass to Powell. A floater. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Jackson. And stolen by Lillard. Powell kicks to Covington. Pass to Nurkic. Out to the wing. Three-pointer, Lillard drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Trailblazers.
Well, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on the...
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq, and
we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's Lillard. Fires the 3. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
A nice shot by George.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Lillard against George. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. From beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Leonard's got 6 points. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call, you know.
That
Kawhi's
is.
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Kicks to Nurkic, shoots over Patterson. Nurkic can't hit.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And that one's good. Leonard.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard against George. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Down low. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Great concentration on display from Nurkic to get the foul and still come away with the made field goal.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. McCollum's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Jackson dishes to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Yep, that one goes. Now just a 1-point Portland lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Collin passes to Nurkic. And with the rebound. Now the Clippers with it. They're on an 11-3 run. So they take the lead. Jackson's got 5.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's McCollum. D right on him. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Here's Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 7.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
It's McCollum on the wing. He's got 9. Kennard against Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nurkic is a double-double machine every night. There's not a lot of teams right now that are equipped on their roster to handle the kind of size that Nurkic can bring.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Outside for Jackson. Count the basket.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Anthony against Morris. It's stolen by Morris. He's all alone. And Coffey gets it to go. And it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Jackson. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic big and blocking.
And is on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. 5 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Kennard. Keeps it alive, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Oturu's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. And so it's Los Angeles, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Well, they trailed by a bunch, but once they got going... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony, and it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Batum comes in for Marcus Morris, and George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Trailblazers trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the basket by Lillard.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
George against Powell. And George, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Portland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Lillard fires away from way outside. Nice open look, but it's no good. Clippers leading by 5. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
George against Lillard, the 10-footer. Anthony drives in. Here's Cantor. Batum trying to break loose. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The strength and skill level of Cantor just too much to handle there.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony, and McCollum subbed in for Jones. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers, leading by 5. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by McCollum.
Well, maybe a bit undersized, but McCollum knows his length and how that can affect what he does defensively.
Covington finds McCollum to the inside. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Powell, the pass to McCollum. Lock at 6. No good on the 3.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Powell with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball.
Lillard producing right now and finding ways to torch this defense. Just filling up the stat sheet.
George against McCollum. Now here is George. Tight defense on him. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up. A huge shot at this moment in the game.
Lillard outside. The Trailblazers rebound. Cantor kicks it out to McCollum. Over Rondo. McCollum no good. Clippers leading by 5. And an intentional foul right there. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Jones checked in for Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Los Angeles calls timeout. They lead by 5. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
George is checked in for Los Angeles. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And the claw at work, just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Portland no good that time either. They can take their time on this possession.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea just giving themselves a little bit of a break.
And here's George for 3. Powell pulls it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Back to McCollum. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard finds Batum. Outside Rondo. McCollum against George. Back to Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots. Outside for Batum. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Back to George. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
So the Clippers with the win. Some good moment. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.